A court order has forced Team Biden to reinstate Trump's 2019 Remain in Mexico policy. It's good news, right? Something that shouldn't be controversial, a policy that should never have ended. But a once reasonable Democrat Party has been lost since Trump drove them insane, and here we are. And even though this sounds like good news, you should be skeptical because the White House is being court-ordered to do something it does not want to do. We've learned the administration has made what it calls key changes to the agreement with the Mexican government. More on that here in just a moment. But as the policy restarts, any migrants who haven't disappeared into the country already are expected to be returned to border cities in San Diego, El Paso, Laredo, and Brownsville to meet with their attorneys as soon as Monday, it sounds like. It all came from a lawsuit from Texas and Missouri. A U.S. district judge in Texas appointed by Trump ordered this common sense policy reinstated, and everybody got excited about it. Biden's DHS claiming, as required by a federal court order, DHS has been working in good faith to re-implement the Migrant Protection Protocols program. That's the Remain in Mexico. Good faith, they say. Well, we'll see about that. It is a reluctant move from an administration that does not want a secure border. When Trump instituted Remain in Mexico in 2019, about 70,000 asylum seekers were subject to it. Biden, running for president, called it dangerous and inhumane, going against everything we stand for. Another very phony line from a former immigration hawk. And now Biden will get the pleasure of implementing this policy.
Secretary Mayorkas also and the president have repeatedly said that this program has endemic flaws. It has imposed unjustifiable human costs, pulled resources and personnel away from other priority efforts, and failed to address the root causes of irregular migration. Deeply flawed. We are in a situation where we're under a court abiding by a court ruling, and so that is what we are working to implement at this point in time.
Okay. The catch here is this agreement with Mexico is subject to Mexico's participation. The United States initially used some serious weight to force Mexico into this deal. But now we have a White House, as you know, forced to do something it does not want to do. That gives Mexico all the leverage in this new deal. Under the new changes, Mexico is demanding humanitarian improvements from the United States, including money for shelters and other things to increase support for asylum seekers as they wait. Remember, they're only waiting in Mexico because Mexico allowed them in so that they could pass right through Mexico and then become our problem. Under this administration, border crossings are at a 21-year high, and we are now kowtowing to Mexican demands to take these people back, people which they let come to us. Yet again, we look very weak and very stupid on the world stage, but then you're getting used to that. And then there's this huge loophole, which is the big point we want to make tonight. We all know the vast majority of those coming here are not actual asylum seekers. In fact, none of them are, otherwise they would just stay in Mexico. They are gaming the American system, and the Biden team has just provided them a new loophole to do so, a new way for these asylum seekers to game this new system. Border agents will now be proactively asking all migrants whether they have a fear of returning to Mexico before they send them back. Now, under Trump, asylum seekers had to actually prove that they had a legitimate reason for fearing a return to Mexico. That was common sense. That's what we lost when we lost our president. Now, all these people have to do is answer, yeah, I'm afraid to go back to Mexico, and they get to stay in America. Lunacy. Team Biden is also ensuring migrants have access to free phone calls and, when feasible, video connection to communicate with their attorneys. This is what a government does when it's working directly against its own laws and what is best for its own people. That's what you're seeing. Your government right now is working against American law. It is trying as hard as it can to avoid American laws and what the people actually want. 2 out of 3 people want a stronger border. They don't care. The government is helping illegals to break into our country, and they don't care. The Democrats have a clear and total disdain for American rule of law. They're proving that time and time again. Recently cleared from credible allegations of corruption, Democrat Senator Bob Menendez criticized the reimplementation of this policy and the Biden White House, saying Team Biden is going far beyond a good faith implementation of the court's order. And we have a moral obligation to do everything possible to swiftly and permanently discard this policy, along with the many other remaining Trump-era policies that were willfully designed to deter immigrants with cruelty. Oh, immigrants. You mean illegal immigrants. They always leave that out. You know, they don't like saying that part of it. There could be more than 20 million illegals in this country. We don't even really know. Just yesterday, Senate Democrats made their case for including temporary immigration protections in Biden's Build Back Better plan. According to a report from the Congressional Budget Office, an estimated 6.5 million illegal immigrants would be granted amnesty under Build Back Better. A recent Quinnipiac poll shows 67% of Americans disapprove of Biden's handling of the border.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.